I worked 2 jobs for 8 years to put my brother through law school. 8 years of double shifts. 8 years of cold dinners and colder winters. 8 years of telling myself it would be worth it. And the week after he passed the bar, he sued me. This is where the story truly begins, and you won't want to miss what happens. Make sure you're subscribed to see it through to the end. We're always curious. Where in the world are you all watching from today? Let us know in the comments. For Nana Rose's house. He called me a stepping stone, said I was just a beast of burden, and that's when I realized something. Beasts kick back. The night he told me was at his celebration dinner. Of course, I paid for it. He ordered a $90 bottle of wine like it was water, talked about his firm, his corner office, his brilliant future. He never once said thank you. When the check came, he slid it to me without looking. "I'll get the tip," he said. Then he pulled out an envelope. "A partition action," he said calmly. "I'm forcing the sale of Nana Rose's house." I stared at him. "That's my home." "It's an asset," he corrected. "I need my equity. You can't maintain it anyway." 8 years, 18-hour days, pawned jewelry, sold Nana's tea set, turned the heat down to 55 so he could have a MacBook, and now I was mismanaging the estate. "You served your purpose, Amelia," he said, standing up. "You got me here. I don't need carrying anymore." He left me with the bill. And the lawsuit. I walked 5 miles home in heels. By the time I unlocked Nana Rose's front door, my feet were bleeding. The house smelled like lavender and old paper. Safe. He wanted to sell it, gut it, flip it. I sat at the kitchen table shaking until I remembered something. 3 weeks before Nana died, she'd made me bring her a blue box from her vanity. "Call Mr. Henderson," she'd whispered. "And don't tell Marcus." I ran upstairs. The blue box was still there. Inside, under a false bottom, was a sealed envelope, wax stamp intact. To be opened only if the estate is legally challenged. My heart started beating differently, not scared, focused. I called Mr. Henderson. When I told him Marcus had sued me, he chuckled softly. "Let him," he said, "and whatever you do, don't tell him about the box." The next morning, Marcus showed up at the house with his fiancée. Vanessa, cashmere coat, diamond ring, that kind of smile. They walked through Nana's living room talking about open floor plans. "She can't afford to maintain this place," Marcus said lightly. "We're doing her a favor." Then he dropped it casually. "We're getting married, we need the down payment." I congratulated him. The word tasted like ash. When they left, I didn't cry. I went to the library. If he needed money that badly, there was a reason. And I found it. Court records showed a default judgment, unpaid lease on a Porsche. Then I found his username on an options trading forum. Margin calls. Need liquidity fast. Guaranteed asset going liquid soon. The house. He wasn't buying a brownstone. He was covering gambling debt. I printed everything. If he wanted to play lawyer, I would let him. At my deposition, he tried to humiliate me. Cold conference room. Senior partner watching. Vanessa in the corner. "Isn't it true you can't afford proper repairs?" he asked smoothly. "I paid your bar prep instead," I said. He objected to my tone. Of course he did. Then he started talking about his financial responsibility. So I slid one piece of paper across the table. The screenshot, the margin debt, the Porsche judgment. The room went silent. His partner looked at him. Vanessa looked at him. "Is this true?" she asked. He started sweating. I didn't smile. I just said, "See you in court." After that, he panicked. Anonymous complaints got me suspended from my diner job. The power at the house was shut off. He tried to starve me out, but pressure doesn't always break people. Sometimes it sharpens them. Mr. Henderson and I prepared, and I found something else. Letters Nana had written before she died. In one, she wrote, "Marcus screamed at me today, said he couldn't wait until I was gone so he could liquidate this dump. Amelia defends him, but I see the greed." I didn't cry reading that. I felt steady. She had seen him clearly, even when I couldn't. Court day came gray and heavy. Marcus stood outside smoking. Alone, Vanessa wasn't with him. Inside, he gave a beautiful performance. Spoke about preserving Nana's legacy, about my emotional instability, about protecting equity. Then Mr. Henderson stood up. He asked one simple question. Are you formally contesting the distribution of the estate? Yes, Marcus snapped. She has no right to keep me from my money. Thank you, Mr. Henderson said, and that was it. He walked to the judge and handed him the sealed envelope. The courtroom went so quiet I could hear paper tearing when the judge broke the wax seal. He read silently. Then he looked at Marcus. You're familiar with a no-contest clause, counselor. Marcus went pale. The judge read aloud. Should any beneficiary contest this estate, they forfeit their entire share. The property at 42 Oakwood Drive shall belong solely to Amelia Thorne. The words echoed. Solely mine. Marcus had just triggered the clause himself, under oath. The judge dismissed the case, with prejudice. And then he added something else. The transcript of these proceedings will be forwarded to the State Bar Ethics Committee. Marcus didn't look angry anymore. He looked hollow, like something had finally caught up to him. Outside the courthouse, it started raining. He didn't say anything to me, didn't apologize, didn't even look at me. For the first time in my life, he had nothing to take. Vanessa's father withdrew his support. The firm placed him under review. Rumors spread fast in legal circles. He thought I was weak, but I wasn't weak. I was patient. And I kept records. I went home that afternoon, unlocked the door slowly, walked into the kitchen where I had balanced checkbooks and skipped meals and told myself it would all be worth it. The house felt lighter, safer. I ran my hand along the wall he wanted to tear down. I'm back, I whispered. And this time I wasn't carrying anyone. For 8 years I thought love meant sacrifice. That being strong meant being silent. But here's what I learned. If someone sees you as a stepping stone, they will step on you. If someone calls you a beast of burden, they expect you to bow. What they don't expect is for you to remember everything, to document everything, to wait, and to let them destroy themselves with their own greed. I didn't ruin my brother's future. He did. All I did was keep the receipts.